Okay, so finally, Mr. JD breaks his silence and we saw him live yesterday. Welcome back, Entertainment Daily lovers. Thank you so very much for coming back in. Let's come here and discuss the update about JD and what he had to say on his live stream yesterday. All right, so we saw paperwork going on. But before we get right into that, subscribe, turn on notification, catch up on the playlist so you don't miss any of the juicy gist concerning this Koro Obidi and Mr. Koro Obidi's saga that is ongoing. Okay, so we all know that Justin's cohorts, they have been singing like a bird. One of those is the one that is now repentant. Kim Baker did an interview with Zoe's son, and she also went on Amira's live stream. She also granted interview there. She spoke about a whole lot. So there's been a whole lot of expose talking about how they got private eyes, how they sent a doll allegedly. Let's just keep saying allegedly, but according to Kim, she's got evidence. But let's just say allegedly. You know, allegedly how they got a doll, a spy doll, and gave it to Cora's daughter to take home so they can spy on Cora, and so much revelation that this woman made. Okay, shocking revelation, if I should put it that way. But while all of this is happening, one person that has been missing in action is Mr. JD. Although JD came out and told all of us that enough is enough, 2024, he's not going to tolerate any nonsense from Cora and her cohort, her cult members and her gang members. You know how he always speaks about his ex-wife, that he's going to be calling her out, he's going to be reviewing her videos. Every live stream or video she does, he will come out and he's going to debunk, and he followed through. The few live streams that Cora did then, he came out, he was debunking. He even picked up Nancy's video, that's Cora Obidi's sister, picked up her videos and he was debunking. But right now that all these exposés, screenshots, and more stuffs are being posted by Kim Baker that used to be extremely close to Mr. JD, came out, and she has been doing expose, okay? She is not even holding back. She is holding back in some aspect, but I mean in the part that she feels is okay for her, that she knows she won't get into deep trouble, she is spilling. That part she's not holding back. But the main Kim is still holding back, in my opinion. But anyways, this man did not come out to debunk any of these things that have been said online. This man did not come back. Remember how he came back when Cora missed her first court date with the restraining order and Crystal? He came back laughing, return people's GoFundMe money. You're a scammer. You've got a lot of money. You can handle this case yourself. All you need is at most $5,000, and the rest of the $55,000 or $50,000 you're going to pocket because in fact, I'm going to walk into court. I don't need a lawyer. I don't need anything, and I'm going to win my case as usual. But right now, the story is actually changing, because now JD was on live, spoke about how he's not been feeling well. He has had the flu. It was so terrible that one of those days that he wasn't even able to take his daughter June to school, and he's just coming in here because he has been missing in action, that he's been working behind the scene, that's also one of the reasons, not only because of the flu, that he's getting a little bit better. He would have been able to come on live and catch up with his fans on Facebook, but that he's been working behind the scene and a lot of paperwork, and he lifted up that giant paperwork, okay, that you see on his face, right on his hand, sorry, was distracted. And he lifted up that paperwork and said he's been working a whole lot behind the scene, and that's why he has not been able to come, but he decided he should just come and chill with his people on Facebook while he's still doing his paperwork. And he said that enough is enough, that it is time for him to end the madness, that he's preparing his paperwork and everything. And you know what he means when he talks about enough is enough, it's time for him to end the madness. He's talking about what's going on between him and his ex-wife. Now remember, in the other court documents that we saw, you would know that somehow JD will be involved in this restraining order, court hearing, court case or whatnot. Because remember, Crystal clearly said, he gave me the permission. I just didn't go to his house, started filming things, filming his kids and posting them without taking permission from him. So he actually gave me the permission to share and distribute those videos. He is fully aware of it. When the ex-wife contacted him, he said he didn't know anything. He was going to find out and get back to her, according to her, but he never did. right? So now the case is now in court, so we do not know. We're waiting for August to see what's gonna happen. But it seemed like it is not only because, remember when the revelation was made, when Cora was said, when Cora came out and gave an announcement like, okay, I'm going to be updating you people, you gave me money for my GoFundMe, so I'm going to update y'all on what's going on. I won't be able to say much, but the little I can say I would say. Okay. And she spoke about how she has 2 lawyers and 2 different cases have been worked on, but that she said that's all she can say about. She has 2 lawyers on ground on a retainer, and we know that if 2 lawyers, then somehow something will be going to JD too, because all the expose that has been happening between all these women that are around JD. You know that JD has actually broken the law. And not only that, JD said it to that Canadian blogger, right, that some of the things he did is illegal, and he knows that if his ex-wife finds out, he will be in deep trouble, and the woman should not say that he was, for example, that he was the one that gave out Cora's number to that woman. So if you put 2 and 2 together, this man is doing things that he knows is not in law in his country, in the United States, but he still does them anyway because he feels like Cora is not going to do anything. His ex-wife is not going to do anything because they've been together for so long that he feels like he knows her in and out and nothing is going to happen. And he gets bolder and bolder. But now he's telling us he wants to end the whole madness. But now, words on the streets again, which we have to follow up very well with that one, is that he is looking for a way, or he is actually avoiding being served with court documents. And he is out here on social media calling out this woman, because when you say enough is enough, time to end this madness, who is bringing the madness? You are the one bringing madness, okay, not your ex-wife. She has just been doing her thing, living her life, but you and your gang members have been plotting. And we're not just saying this is coming from your ex-wife, but like that your ex-wife is the one telling the social media that this is happening. Your own gang members are the ones reporting on you, saying that this is what you have done and this is what they are still doing, because likes of Kim that have left the group, likes of Mariam Awolowo that is trying to distance themselves from this whole thing, but they were the one building CPS case and cooking up all stories, getting private investigator to follow Cora up and down, him following Cora to the airport, trying to, call the police that she's trying to run away with his kids, so much. They are the ones exposing him. But now they are waiting to serve you. You want to end this. Why don't you stay in one place? Why don't you stay where they can find you and serve you? But this man and Crystal is making their selves scarce so they don't find them to serve them. So if you go back to that court document, you will see that the court said they've not served. You will know from the court document that they've not been served yet. Okay, so I guess physically they've not been served. So somehow, JD and Crystal are missing in action. They don't want to stay where they can get served, but JD wants to come online and confuse those people that are easily confused by his sweet and soft talking manner, that it's time for him to end this nonsense. It's time for him. He didn't even say nonsense. He said this madness. Time to end this madness. But then he is missing in action and he doesn't want to be served. And he's showing you this giant and bunches of papers that you see on his hands that, oh, my lawyer actually told me. All the lawyers, he said, not even my lawyer, like one lawyer, he said, all the lawyers I've ever worked with, they told me that I would have made a very good lawyer because I'm so good at paperwork and all of that, but I don't like paperwork. I was left-handed when I was young. I used to ink my hand. I just don't like it. You have to put everything in chronological order. He was just talking, and I'm like, look, if you want to be a lawyer, you go be a lawyer. That's how you and Miriam and the rest of one says they're a lawyer. The other one is a doctor. The other one is a nurse. The other one is an engineer. And all of them, with all the expertise put together, could not build one good case for him to win a thing. They just live in their mind where they think that they've won all their cases. But right now, JD is missing in action. They cannot find JD to serve him papers. But yesterday, he was live online talking about how he is trying to end the madness, and but it is obvious that JD is scared to death, because remember when he said a few weeks back that the worst that will happen is that he will get either a slap on the wrist or he's going to get community service. But speaking to speaking to lawyers and people that knows the law in the US, they've said if it has to do with this particular case that is on ground right now, that there's nothing like community service, that the penalty for distributing nude contents of underage or little children, the penalty is not community service. Okay, that's what everybody's saying. I remember on my live stream, someone else that is not even based in the US also mentioned that in the country where she stays, that will get you a jail time, and you also have to register as offender. You know what I mean? So this is not a small case. It's not something to laugh about. Drop your comment. Let me know what you think.